we made it back to Cinder Hills OHV area, where we visited in Season 1, Episode 11, a good reason for scouting new areas to camp while staying in another. Unfortunately, this area was recently decimated by the Tunnel wildfire, destroying 24 homes and over 19,000 acres of Coconino National Forest, Sunset Crater National Monument, and Strawberry Crater Wilderness. Our hearts go out to those that have lost their homes, as well as the animals and landscape it has destroyed. The cause is still under investigation, but it's a chilling reminder of fire safety and the importance of always having a plan in place wherever you may be.
Paige, we love our coffee mugs so much.
Every day.
Love.
Can you make sure our solar's getting hit by the sun too?
Oh yeah. Jacob's feet smell terrible. And it's really bad in a camper. Like everything's just so confined and
It goes everywhere, the smell.
right. So our whole camper smells like dirty feet. But he's been wearing the same socks for over a week now because, well, we ran out of clean clothes. At least clean socks.
I didn't pack enough socks.
He didn't pack enough socks. So we have a bag full of laundry, but we're in Flagstaff and we're heading home in like 3 days back to the Ozarks, so it doesn't make sense for us to go sit at a laundromat for 2 hours. Already starting to smell better in here, Jacob.
So we had to move everything out of the shower so we could shower. But also Stasia started mopping, so I can't touch the floor. We have our generator running to heat our hot water heater. Luckily it's a dual option. You can run it on propane or AC electric. So we can turn a generator on and heat up our water, because currently we think something's wrong with the propane motherboard portion. It just doesn't seem to light, so got a backup, but we need to get that fixed so we actually have a backup. We made it to Sunset Crater.
Sunset Crater Volcano is the remnants of a nearly symmetrical volcanic cone that exploded along a 6-mile fissure extending to the southeast in a curtain of fire. Geologists estimate a volcanic fountain may have reached 1,000 feet in the air, with a cloud of ash extending 2.5 miles into the atmosphere.
Check out that Pueblo.
Wupatki, a Hopi name for big house, is part of Wupatki National Monument. It was estimated to house 2 or 3 families of the Anzi people around 1200 AD. Sitting atop the sandstone outcrop, it gives a commanding view of the landscape and is estimated to be one of many along a network in the area.
This was the outdoor patio that they used for pottery making, food preparation, and then probably for kids to play. That's what the description said. So this was probably covered at one point, I imagine. It said it was 3 stories tall. So that's pretty big. So you can see that this was an opening. But look at this opening. Oh, this one's even smaller. So it looks like there's a second story there. Actually, you can tell from here. So this was the full 3 stories here. And it just shows how short they were. I mean, this was one whole story. There's the second. Super cool. With a sweet little view out. So you can tell here, this is wood, and there's some missing. It's probably rotted away. This was the floor for the second story here. So they probably had quite a few across here, and then I imagine like straw or something to kind of keep it.
It was
flat.
wood? I thought you told me it was tree trunks.
Tree trunks, yeah. Trees are wood, right?
But when you think of wood, you think of wood from Home Depot.
There was no lumber back then. So you can tell here that they used tree trunks, or as big of trees that they could find in this area, to span across for their floors. And it looks like there was probably full 3 stories in this room. I imagine these like rotted or fell out. Where
In the
voids
holes.
are. Yeah, where the holes are.
Hmm.
Probably this adobe clay preserved it. What's wild is you can almost see, I know this has probably been restored some too, but it's like you can see the fingerprints in the clay on this. It's pretty wild. Really cool.
Wupatki National Monument was a thriving trade center around 1100 AD, containing over 100 rooms along with a community room and ball court. It's estimated around 100 people lived within this pueblo, by far the largest building within 50 miles. It stood within a day's walk of an estimated 1,000 Wupatki people.
What do you think?
It's really cool.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. Gathering circle here.
Yep.
And then also another one out yonder.
Oh wow, I didn't even see that one. Huh.
Multiple families lived in here.
Oh yeah. That's been a whole tribe. There's a lot of rooms in there. Holy cow. It's really smart building it off of the existing stones, because it's a really good foundation. You know it's not going to shift on you. And then since it's sandstone, they can carve into it and like slice off their own rooms.
Chuck said 44 degrees. But we don't want our camper to smell like bacon.
Yeah. Bacon and onions.
And peppers.
And peppers, and then eggs and cheese.
Breakfast for dinner. I feel like it's always a good backup option if you don't know what to eat for dinner or don't have any meat thawed out, because you load your deep freezer with Sam's Club and Costco. So it's nice, our last night in Flagstaff, Arizona, and it's our last big destination for this part of our journey, this leg of our journey. As Jacob put it, this chapter is coming to an end. It's kind of sad to think about like that, so maybe we don't say that.
That's true though.
But this leg is coming to an end.
Yep. Or loop. We're going back to Missouri.
Yeah, going back to the lake house. Jacob wants to hunt, so deer season is upon us. And we get to see family and friends also. So I'm pretty excited about that too.
Yeah, we'll get to catch up with everyone.
Maybe do some maintenance on our camper, because we've really tested it to the max.
Yeah. Since we've been in it quite a while now, there's a few things we've realized we just need to take care of or do, so.
Wow, that's so good.
Yeah.
How's your burrito?
Well, that's good.
Eggs, bell peppers, onions, bacon, cheese. Delish. If you had to like recap this part of our journey, this leg, what would you consider to be like your top campsite that we've stayed at?
I'm gonna have to think on that.
Okay. I know we kind of have, I feel like we've been to some amazing places that like
Yeah.
we wouldn't get to see if we were at home full time and we decided to just take a weekend trip out to do a vacation.
Yeah, pretty remote spots. Places that,
Not a lot of people get to go.
unless you're driving, it's hard to get there. That's the only way to get there, really.
What is your favorite national park been? We've been to quite a few.
That's so tough. I think the Tetons is definitely up there, just because there's a lot of water sports that we enjoy doing, but there's a lot of other things going on too. And the shape of the mountains is extremely unique. But I don't know. That's tough. Well, now that I really think about it, the coastal for the Olympic Peninsula National Park was pretty incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Seeing the mountains meet the ocean and just all these trees tumbled up on the high tide area and the salmon coming in. It was pretty cool.
So that's in the state of Washington.
Yep.
It's incredible. If you're an outdoorsy person, that's the place to go to.
Expect lots of rain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say that was probably I didn't even consider that one a national park, but you're absolutely right. We need to use our park pass to get in.
Yep.
That was probably my top one, just because I love foraging for mushrooms. I think that's got to be my new favorite hobby.
Yeah.
But secondly, I just always go back to Glacier and the hike that it was a 2.5 mile hike up to that beautiful lake.
Glacier was pretty incredible too. I was like nothing else. That's why it's so hard to pick one, because they're all unique and you just got to go see it.
Right.
There's really no other way you can look at photos, but you have to experience it.
So, we're heading to Florida next. I'm really excited for that. I'd say this has been a really good leg of our journey. I couldn't be more pleased with our new camper. The upgrade to the Grand Design Imagine was crucial for us enjoying our time even more on the road.
Yeah, way more comfortable.
The clearance, we can take it farther off the road.
Yeah.
Everything.
The tandem axles, the
anti-sway on towing.
Yeah, the anti-sway and the weight distribution hitch.
I just smile every time we come back to camp, because usually we'll disconnect the truck from the camper when we find a really nice campsite and we want to go explore the town or the national parks around it, what have you. Anytime we come back to our camper, I always just smile. It's a great looking camper, and it's functional and amazing. It's really lived up to its name. Yeah.
We're definitely happy and proud to come back to it, and comfortable, and it's our home. It's our home that we tow behind our truck. That's what it comes down to. And I think the use of adaptable space in this camper to stay right at around that 25-foot mark is second to none. The taking out the bunks was the best thing ever. Mm-hmm. And having the outdoor kitchen, that was one of the main reasons why we wanted to look at possibly buying a bunkhouse model. We wanted something with an outdoor kitchen that would allow us to cook outside, because we're outside most of the time when it's good weather. We're at the location to enjoy it and be outside and view it. Or we're working inside and then we want to just be outside for the day.
And I'm tired of my wardrobe smelling like bacon.
Yeah.
That's pretty tough.
This is the prime example meal too. But just having that bunkhouse model where we could take that out, and that's like a flexible space. We call it the den now. And since then we actually folded the cushion so it's more comfortable to sit on. And it really is like a bay window now. You can remove the cushions. We usually close it off when it's cold just because of insulation and people can't see in when we're not here. But on a nice day, opening it up, it's really cool space. And it turns into a lounge. You can have the desk folded down, and we often use it for storage.
Could you imagine if we had the bunkhouse still? What would we do with that space? I feel like it would be wasted. Or we would use it because we would store everything in it, and we would bring a lot of unnecessary items with us. Yeah. It would contribute to a lot more weight in the camper.
Yeah.
I don't think I would lay in the bunkhouse. It would definitely just be used for storage.
Probably, yeah. Because you couldn't really sit up comfortably in it. It's not that tall.
I wonder if there's a weight limit to it.
I don't know. It might be. It was pretty strong aluminum frame. I was pretty impressed. It took us quite a bit to get that thing out.
Yeah, you, Elliot, and Paige were doing your best.
There was a couple screws in the corner. It's how in the world did they get it in there? And eventually we got it out. So yeah, it's exciting to be going home and everything, but it's kind of oh man, I really wanted to spend more time up in Montana or Idaho
and
Falls was
Oregon.
amazing. Oregon was incredible.
Twin Falls. Idaho.
That's right. Twin Falls, Idaho. Didn't make it to Idaho Falls. We wish we would have.
Yeah, I mean, we've been on the road for 4 months now, and it doesn't seem like it's been 4 months. I feel like I could keep going.
Well, we are.
I know, but we're going to stop at the lake house for a month.
Yeah.
It's bittersweet that this part of our journey is concluding.
Yeah, it is. Bittersweet. But we got more to explore after that, too.
To new adventures.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Water cheers.
Hydrate.
We're at almost 7,000 feet here.
Yeah.
Woo.
Say it.
They got cold from outside.
Say that's some quality H2O.
That's some high quality H2O. Just had a little fun flying the drone. Today was the first day it wasn't super windy out here, but the day has finally come for us to pack up and head back to Missouri. So since we're doing, pretty good cross-country trek here, I'm gonna run through and check everything on the truck and camper just to make sure we're road ready, since we're gonna be hitting the highway, or the interstate I should say, and traveling at a faster speed. I usually check over everything, just a once over before we even hit the road, but I haven't gone fully through everything since we left Washington, and it's quite a few miles we put on the truck and camper since then. So just want to make sure that all our fluid levels are good. I'm gonna check the oil in the engine. I'm gonna check the transmission fluid. I'm gonna check all the tires. I'm probably gonna top off the windshield wiper fluid, check our coolant level. Might even put a little grease in the bearings for the camper. As I go, I'm gonna keep going through these things and keep checking them. We're gonna slowly pick up today and then head into Flagstaff, just get some extra rations of coffee and stuff that we're running low on, so we make sure we're fueled up for this drive across the country. So Stasia's working till a little bit later today, and then I'm going to try and get all this stuff done so that by the time she's done, we can just roll out. So it does take time to hook the camper up. I would guess probably like 20 to 30 minutes maybe. But with all these additional things, probably good to get started early so that we're not rolling in late into New Mexico at like 11 o'clock at night, or that we don't have any issues on the side of the interstate. It's a big day. Let's get going. Checking out Malpais National Park, their little walking trail. I'm at the visitor center here. They call it Malpais National Monument, I believe. And behind me is the north, that's the visitor center. And to the south is where most of the lava flows and tubes are. And the visitor center has a lot of good information on this area, geology, history, everything. But really cool. You should check it out. I think this is one of the lava tubes. You literally walk through it at the beginning of this trail. Really cool.
We have since made it home safely and want to give a shout out to all of our new followers. Thanks for embarking on this journey with us. Stay tuned for more episodes. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to follow along for more adventures.
Dump day! Luckily someone left this wood, because I don't know who would put a curb in the way of dumping. Always makes it more difficult. Looks like it's ready for the wash down.